Hello, a very good evening. Welcome to News Focus tonight, live and direct from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. Welcome to a beautiful Wednesday evening. And remember, our numbers is on 053 7158638 is the numbers, where you can also join us and share your thoughts with us. My name is El Samuels, your regular host, and I'm here with you tonight. We're looking at issues that boils down to governance. Today we'll do more of things that really matters to us as a nation. But before we do that, like as usual, we go through the latest stories, all the stories that is making headline across the country. Then we come back into studios and bring you snipes of information, some presses, left, right, center. By the majority, by the minority, we go to the floor of parliament. We'll also be looking at other stuff before we go. We'll look at Kwadwo Poku, who said government has no room to cushion fuel prices. Kwadwo Poku also said in 2027 budget, government will introduce new taxes. Resetting Ghana tour. We'll go to Doma, take a listen to the president and his Resetting Ghana tour, and also what the Osajifo also said. That's a Domahine. We'll go to the roads this evening. The road minister governs Abuja, raises public fund misuse claim in parliament. Then we come to parliament, rejects refund for all. The minority is calling for government to refund the monies for those applicants who were seeking employment into the security, but it never saw the light of the day. So the minority is calling that all these people should be looked at and also their money refund, the 220 Ghana cedis each for the form. But the majority said, no. It can't happen. So we're going to look at all the latest news story in Ghana. We'll bring you a snap of it today, the 18th day of March, 2026. We'll look at it quickly and then we give you the opportunity. Remember, we always give you the opportunity to word into any of the stories that is make headline, any of the story that really interests you. So you can also have a tete-a-tete with us in studio. The President, John Dramani Mahama, has announced public sector pay reforms and declared 2026 a transition year towards creating independent emolument commission to ensure fairness, transparency, and sustainability. The President also urged tenants to report landlords demanding rent advances beyond the legally permitted 6-month period, citing Ghana's housing deficit as a major issue. Government is expanding policy consultation to include civil society organizations, CSO, to improve governance and policy implementation. The President has begun a nationwide researching tour to check government project progress and connect with citizens. Ghana's economy expanded by 6% in 2025, driven by the non-oil sector. Bank of Ghana projects inflation to align with the minimum term target and strong GDP growth in 2026. In other stories, Ghana's mining investment ranking has tumbled, according to the Minister Abu Jinapor. The MP for Damango. KMA has banned the open display of salt in restaurants across the metropolis. 12 firefighters were injured in the Portland fuel tanker explosion. These are just a brief summary of what has happened throughout the day. The President has ordered an expansion of security services recruitment with 2,000 Ghana Armed Forces recruits set to begin training. The controversies on the AFCON 2025 controversy, where Morocco has been awarded the AFCON 2025 title after Senegal's walk-off protest, with Senegal planning to appeal to CAS. So this is some of the many other stories. We're bringing the summaries of the stories before we go into other matters. So this is the very latest stories summary for you tonight. The numbers on your screen, as you can join us on 0537158638, is the numbers you can also join us, and let's have a conversation tonight. Now let's move to other stories, where government launches a World Cup raffle to help fans. The minority alleges state capture. The alleged state capture. The minority in parliament has issued a warning over what it describes as a dangerous drift towards state capture in Ghana's mining sector. The caucus is accusing the businessman Ibrahim Mahama, the brother of the president, John Dramani Mahama, weighing undue influence over key institutions. Addressing journalists in parliament, the minority spokesperson on lands and natural resources, Kweku Sapon, alleged that since the president returned to office, companies linked to Ibrahim Mahama have gained unprecedented and unfair advantages. He argued that this growing convergence between private corporate interests and public regulatory bodies poses a serious threat to transparency and democratic accountability. That is the way he put it. Parliament passes Security and Intelligence Agency bill renaming NIB back to BNI. So it's no more NIB, it's now the Bureau of National Investigation. MPC cut policy rate to 14% to further keep inflationary pressure in check. Ghana Deposit Protection Amendment Bill 2025 passed. Ghana's oil supply is secure, but prices remain uncertain, bulk oil distributors. GJA call for depoliticization of security recruitment. Minority leader warns of a neglect in agriculture amidst focus on gold for reserves. Minerals Commission halts online minerals rights application until June. Police crack Kusasi Chief Meda case, arrest 3 suspects. GAV issue appointment letters to the first batch of 2025-2026 intakes. One who song Sankro from Mississippi, one who song 0537158638 is the numbers. But let's go to let's take a listen looking at the fuel matters that has come out when it comes to our fuel. Is something we need to look at. Fuel is becoming as the engine that drives us as a nation. And so we're going to take a listen and watch Honorable Kwejo Poku. Government is, and he says government has no room to cushion fuel prices. Government has limited capacity to see the burden of fuel prices. According to the energy expert Kwejo Poku, the Tema Oil Refinery talk can ensure fuel availability but not reduce prices, as it buys crude oil at the world market price. Government is facing significant revenue shortfall and is under IMF restriction, making it difficult to remove taxes on fuel. The price stabilization and recovery levy designed to cushion consumers is treated as government revenue and can't be reduced. Ghana's fuel prices are expected to rise due to global crude prices increases and limited supply. So let's take a listen to Kwejo Poku.
I've seen that some of the oil marketing companies initially came up with some prices. They've reduced it a bit. It's good for all of us if it is reduced, but it's just the unnecessary politics that is playing out. And karma is real, as if it's by God's intervention to show them that all the things they said in opposition, they will face it and see how they treat it. When we had the Russian-Ukraine war and we had the COVID-19, and off the back of that, prices were high. And we had all the things that they claim can be done and should be done. Today, they are in power. Why can't they do the same? Why is the Ghanaian having to feel the full brunt of what the international shocks are? They talk about bad shock absorbers that was available then. Now, have they provided anything to help the Ghanaian? No. One of the things that normally you would have used would be the price stabilization and recovery levy, which unfortunately the IMF is not allowing us to use because it is seen as part of government revenue, which is very unfortunate that it's seen that way, because the whole idea of the price stabilization and recovery levy was to basically zero out to give some small relief to Ghanaians when prices are high. But due to the IMF interventions, we are not allowed to touch it and zero it out when prices go high. So obviously, that remedy is not available. So it's unfortunate those utterances were made.
Well, I say he believed that government is expected to introduce new taxes in 2027 budget, according to Kwadwo Poku, a senior member of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. This announcement comes amidst rising fuel prices and economic challenges, with government likely seeking to boost revenue. The introduction of the new taxes has sparked concerns about the impact on Ghanaians already struggling with the cost of living. Erika Mponsa Boateng, a senior tax manager at PKF, warns that revising the existing tax rate upward would further burden the citizen. So we go back to listen to Kwadwo Poku again.
Need the revenue. Atoforce needs the revenue than ever before. So they can't remove any taxes, right? Those that they've removed by 2027 budget, they are going to bring back taxes again. I mean, they would have no option but to introduce new taxes in the 2027 budget, because already they are not even able to meet their revenue targets. 2025 budget target, they were supposed to get 220 billion. As at November, they've only raised 187 billion. The month of December, I don't know what they have raised. We'll see the Bank of Ghana numbers when it comes out after first quarter, and maybe media review, then we'll know exactly how much they raised for 2025. But we know very well that they will just barely make 200 billion in terms of revenue. Looking at the hole they have in their budget, not able to raise as much on T-bills, right? They budgeted to raise 40 billion in T-bills, they only did 10 billion. So they had 30 billion hole in their funding budget, coupled with less revenue. So going into 2026, I mean, I call them the Billionaire Boys Club. They've been giving out the billions here, billions there, billions there, and they don't have the revenue to give those billions. He is sitting there as CEO of Zongo Development Fund. I'm sure there's monies that are supposed to come to him. He will tell you the difficulty he's having in those monies coming.
Right, so the Member of Parliament for the New Patriotic Party, Kwadwo Poku, raising questions that in 2027 budget, government will introduce new taxes, and he believes that that's the only way to cushion the economy. Meanwhile, the president has begun his thank you tour and has launched the Resetting Ghana Tour, a nationwide initiative aimed at inspecting ongoing government projects and evaluating their progress. The tour, which began today, March 18th, in the Bono region, seeks to bring government closer to the citizens, promote transparency, and also enhance accountability. The president was accompanied by ministers, regional officials, and local government authorities to access project sites, interact with communities, and engage with the traditional leaders and stakeholders. The tour is expected to cover all 16 regions, focusing on key areas such as agriculture, infrastructure, and social services. Some key activities on the tour include launching the first Farmer Service Center in Afram Plains on March 21st, 2026, meeting with organized labor and civil society organizations, and engaging with business communities and traditional leaders. The Resetting Ghana tour is part of the President Mahama's broader efforts to enhance governance, promote citizen participation, and drive development across the country. Let's take a listen to the first gentleman of the land when the lunch was done today at Doma.
Na beye afini ene kakra ena Chief Justice Emami Kuta Ghana sekan me swai ewo Black Star Square yede Ghana tumi ehye mensa na nana ampa senia unim no yebeji ye no na enyoma yede ankasa na yesika sem aye den enti na ewo se yenibre ne ehwe se ne betutu nyoma yie se ne beya sika sem ne beye mre na Ghana for eho atom enti ampa na beya afini ye na ejuma ene ye tutu nyoma ye hwe sika sem so ya chichiri nyoma se ne beya yense sika basa asa sika ni na ye de be hye empuntu ejumam na nana me nije se mejina wenim aka che o se ejuma ya ye afi metimi de mensa esimebo aka se ampa Ghana yisika sem nyamiadom eyeye enti nana ye will be a friend of macroeconomic stability bro focusem na metimi akacho enne say macro economy no aye stable ne ka hono so eya dia bro for friend inflation eno eya dia ye hwe senia enyoma bo esi kosoro efa na abra ye bai no na enyoma bo rate esi kosoro no na ye 23.4%. Eje se uko jina ho na wo beto ade na ye kanebo na waka se wonto na wo kohwe bibi fofora na wo bekọ akohwe ho no na ehobo no wo so chen we wo be san aba no na eha apagya eche bibia wo koye no ene e friend inflation na inflation no na 23.4%. ene nana me no ka say inflation not about 3.3%.
Also, you had the president on his reset tour in Bono. It was launched today, and talking to the people of Bono and speaking to the Bono Doma Hene. The reset was done. The president embarked on the Resetting Ghana tour, a nationwide initiative at inspecting ongoing government projects, evaluating their progress. The tour started today in the Bono region. We think the president is accompanied by a key. Now, let's take a listen to what the Doma Hene also said.
Yewra enim so betina konwen so afe baako ene kakra wo yewra yehu se ndwuma no oye papa na nkasa meka ho asem wanhwe adagye beboye yewra waba se manka sikasem ne ntotoya se da bianka so ho na men komono owo yewra waya ade papa Ghana sikasem da bia on dollar yi aya na dollar na twea na otwe nso we de wotimi ama na gina wa minsura akakakra bi na afe mache se bibi wo ha wo ye ne ye yewra Ghana fo be me na wase Doma fo be me na wase abono fo be me na wase.
All right, so you had the Doma Hene and also Obo Abaso saying the president has done very well, especially when it comes to, I don't know whether to say arresting the dollar or putting the dollar in check or making the how do you call it, the dollar frightened the other currencies. I don't know how to put it, but I can say that you could see the excitement on the faces of the people of Doma. So we went to Doma, and then we're coming back in studio, and then we're looking at some other stories that has made headline. Then you can also come in and share your thoughts with us on 053-715-8638 is the number. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us, and let's have this conversation together. And tonight, a focus live and direct from our studio. The numbers on your screen. You can join us. You can call us. Which me afre, which means near attribute in common. A far for what a Mampini, John Romani Mahama, and then no shots here. Reset tall. Yeah, reset tall. Now, at was saying, dear, now walk out for home. And also which me the wide range alpha 05-3715-8638 a number, sir. Also which me the wide range alpha. I'm a yakino fe amount. Now let's go to our final. We go to the roads. Let's move to the roads. This time around, it's still part of the reset where we go. This time we go to the roads to meet the sector minister governs Kwame Agbodza. The road minister has raised concerns about the misuse of public funds in Parliament, especially criticizing contracts that allow contractors to receive large mobilization payment without delivering on their obligation. He urged MPs to exercise diligent oversight to prevent waste and ensure accountability. Agbodza claims have sparked controversy, with minority in Parliament accusing him of making deceptive claims about the previous government road construction achievement. The minority argued that the Akufo-Addo administration constructed over 13,000 kilometers of road between 2017 and 2024, a claim Agbodza disputes. The minister has also highlighted the Road Maintenance Trust Fund, RMTF, 8 billion debt, and emphasized the need for transparency and accountability in managing the road funds. He warned the newly inaugurated RMTF board against misusing public resources and stressed the importance of prioritizing payment to small and medium contractors, SMCs. Let's take a listen to the Sector Minister for Roads and Highways.
Yes, Honorable Kwame Agbodza.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to make few comments about this very important statement. Mr. Speaker, this is the right forum to talk about this. Mr. Speaker, I will explain to you. And when I finish explaining, colleagues would understand why this is the best forum. Mr. Speaker, the statement talks about contracts. Mr. Speaker, some of the largest contracts in this country are approved by this House. Mr. Speaker, this House approves even contracts, road contracts, where we write into the contract that we will buy even mobile phone that the contractor will use on the project. We borrow money to buy mobile phones for the contractor on the project. Yes, you say, hey, that is what you have approved. We even pay for the use of the mobile phone approved by this House. Tell me this is not the best forum. This House approves contracts and say we should pay a contractor $29 million as mobilization. And if that contractor fails, if we fail to do certain things, the contractor can walk away free with our $29 million. Tell me this is not the right forum. Let's look at each other. I don't know your constituency, but in my constituency, there will be a pregnant woman today who may be struggling to find a health facility to attend. I have constituents today who are looking for potable water to drink. And if you and I, members of parliament, write a contract and give away $29 million to a contractor and say that when the contractor raises a net certificate, we are not able to pay. The contractor can walk away with $29 million. Tell me this is not the right forum to be talking about it. What has this got to do with the Auditor General? It is members of parliament who should do our work diligently. How do you feel buying a mobile phone for a contractor? Mr. Speaker, I believe these issues are very serious. Mr. Speaker, during the validation process by the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Speaker, it is quite obvious. In fact, I have at the ministry currently about 500 million claims that when the contractors were asked, show me your contract, the contractors didn't come back. But these contracts were formed at the ministry, at the agencies. Tell me this is not the right forum so that we who represent the people will do things right. It is not about NDC or NPP, but these monies are being wasted in our names. Mr. Speaker, it is not about anybody there or me, but this is the waste that is in the system. Mr. Speaker, when every day, including tomorrow afternoon, I will be asked, when will you be paying the contractor who has stopped work in my constituency? And tomorrow, I will be answering those questions. Minority Leader, bear with me. Tomorrow afternoon, I will be asked questions by colleagues. Why is the contractor on my road not working? And I tell you that this same house have approved $29 million to be spent on a project Walawale. How do you call it? Savelugu to Walawale, and the contractor work free. Tell me this is not important. Mr. Speaker, it is very important, and I am urging the House. Mr. Speaker, yes, I'm a minister. I can guarantee, yes, I'm a minister. Look, let me tell you. Mr. Speaker, it is important for Parliament for us to take our work diligently, because I know there may be contracts in committees and other things. Let us do diligent work so that going forward we avoid these things. Mr. Speaker, we have situations where last week I said we were so reckless in contracting and commitment that almost, Mr. Speaker, 90% of road contracts that were awarded in 2024 did not have any commitment authorization. And that day I said that, including the former finance minister's own constituency, he didn't even issue commitment authorization for road work in his own constituency. That is reckless. That is reckless. So members of parliament, hello, the buck stops with us. We must do our work diligently. So if you say this is not the right forum, this is 100% forum to bring this issue. And I want you to help government make sure that we tighten these things. It doesn't matter whether it's NDC or NPP that is this government. These roads were not necessarily sanctioned by politicians, but that is the system we inherited. We are only calling for a reset of the system, and President Mahama is saying that I will reset the system, and I call upon you to support that system. Thank you very much.
Road Minister Govins Aguiya raises public fund misuse claim in Parliament. Is he right that they are not doing due diligence? Just there, they are doing the normal politics instead of doing due diligence, checking that the Ghanaian taxpayers' money is not wasted. How could you give a person a contract and even buy a mobile phone for the contractor? Hey. 053-715-8638. Let me do this final piece. Parliament has rejected the minority's demand for a refund of 113 million Ghana cedis paid by applicants who were disqualified in the ongoing recruitment exercise in Ghana's Security Service. The majority caucus argued that similar fees paid by the applicant during previous recruitment exercise under the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration were not refunded. Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga stated that the focus should be on addressing youth unemployment rather than discussing refunds, emphasizing that government is giving every young person a fair opportunity to participate in recruitment process. The minority leader, Alexander Fenyamaki, however, criticized majority stance, saying it undermines government reset agenda. The recruitment exercise attracted nearly 500,000 applicants competing for about 5,000 available positions in the security services, highlighting the scale of unemployment in the country. Let's go to the floor of Parliament. Take a listen to the majority side.
Who is going to pay? Are we going to go again, taking loans, getting into huge debts, destroying the value of our city, destroying our reputation internationally, having our economy and finances declared junk? We can't go back to those days. It requires discipline and sacrifice. And this is where we are. So, the minority leader, for the minister coming to brief this house, I have no objection. This is the people's house. Anything concerning the people, the ministers who work for the people should come and brief the people. We can discuss it. But be careful what kind of stand you want to take, because whatever stand you want to take today, we will show you that yesterday you took the stand that we are today and you had no problem with that. You can't all of a sudden overnight change position and say that, money should be refunded. How can money be refunded? Is that a solution? Is the young man looking for the money? The young man is looking for a job. He wants government to create a job for him. And that's what we must be doing, creating jobs. 200 Ghana cedis, if you refund it to me, what is he going to do with it? And why are you more worried about you funding people? Because it is obvious that you are not even concerned about the young people not getting jobs. You are concerned about the idea that they will come to you to ask for money to go and pay for medicals. Because that appears to be your primary concern, that the young people will be coming to you. Please, whenever young people, don't go to him for money. Find your money and go and do your medicals. And give yourself a chance to be employed, to be recruited. Find your own money, because your MP is not willing to give you money.
He made one debate.
Mr. Speaker, I have nothing more to add.
Honorable minority leaders,
Mr. Speaker,
is this going to be?
No, Mr. Speaker, not a debate. But Mr. Speaker, just
out of the blue, I give you the opportunity. Sure. I must take him also.
Mr. Speaker, that's fine.
So when I give you a right to rebut,
Mr. Speaker, I'm not
back to him.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not rebutting, but I think this is a moment for leaders. Mr. Speaker, I have heard leader, but my key concern is founded in concerns by many members of this house, including he himself. Mr. Speaker, when a system does not offer certainty, it must obviously be reviewed. When a system does not offer clarity, it must certainly be reviewed. But if we would always go back and say, oh, yesterday something happened, it was not good, so we shouldn't talk about it. Mr. Speaker, then what is the essence of a reset? Your slogan is reset, and I'm saying that you are now asking 200,000 people to go and pay 1,600 Ghana cedi each, when in fact you have only vacancy for 5,000. It means 195,000 people, Mr. Speaker, are going to pay 1,600. Multiply that, and Mr. Speaker, in the end, the desperate youth will be frustrated. We, the MPs, they will come to us for money to go and do medicals that they will never get the opportunity to get recruited. So, Mr. Speaker, if the majority leader's response to me is that, in fact, something happened during MPP era, so we should shut up, I hear him. But on the issue about the Winneba youth, over the weekend, I have already told them, oh, Mr. Speaker, that is the truth. It is on social media. I spoke. I told them that, look, what the minister said, the 200,000, if you go and pay for medicals, you are going to waste your money. I've told them. Yes, I've told them. I did. I told them. the majority leader. There's nothing new. I told them that if you get a notice that go and do medical, don't go and waste money, 1,600, because you won't get a chance. Because you say you have only 5,000. Why do you have to go? Because that money plus your 220, it means that you are going to lose 1,800 plus.
So went to the floor of Parliament. You had a majority and the minority side. Now the phone line is duly activated. With Yakodomaba reset agenda. Mampenin ekati sod na eno shas aprobono ewo bono otie do ma hene nso abo abaya baso. Apart from that, we could see Kwajopoku on Zaka say fango taxes no. I will be to me sans a near my Yashimono. Every crown you be paid your taxes number 2027. Also, I drink a far a year in Comotricia Yana and the Enuary. Yemia Yakwaba. To my friend 0537158638. 0537158638. Your numbers are also between me a friend. Call us now on those numbers and let's have a conversation together. The phone line is duly activated. So let's get to hear you. 0537158638 is the numbers. Baminto Onka.
Hello.
Good evening.
Fine evening, what is it?
Nyamiado Mom, but you would need a baby of Frefi.
I am attack Kofi, make a sefi of Boase.
Attack Kofi Boase, Yanko at 60 seconds.
The person in Kakakra ever minority leader, you know. Okay. Many minority leader, a yard, as I say, when you say a Nipan, you know, mean far more than 2,000 number open. More for 5,000. As a family was there, I didn't know what for this can be free on employment you know. So, it's the minimum say the Fabia 1,000 now. More customer for 1,500. And many people this kind of different on your money and good can. Now, more time fan. And you call them about you to know. That can only get a more fun that can about you to know. And you call
all right, Yadasi.
Okay.
Yadasi. 0537158638. Air numbers also over to me. And the attraction come. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
But you within the baby of Frefi.
The plan vice at some man, it's a
okay. Yin Tio. Tell the uncle.
Yeah, but the man is now Nami MPP Mapo. But the Binti, you could be and throw any daddy, Echo Tuaba, at the NDC. Umian Kanaka, not money by or my 84. What might you bread out for your own papa? Yeah, a year for 420. The brother there was no. I got to print from that daddy. Yes, but you say I qualified and I qualified via but a buyer and mother, the year I need to go for me. So I'm on court saying grapple, but yes, how I'm in the term of brother, drive my 40, a dominant now. I'm who is a who was just with a 10 million, what's away, yeah, I'm on pound, I'm on tongue, so I'm on tongue, and this working him air toss, they are forming that. The form with that, the form with that. Number one, Papa, number 20, you. I turned that best to take some property, MPP, and I come in that.
Mr. Medas is 0537158638. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, 0537158638. A number so far now. Wama TV no volume no. Good evening. But you within the baby of Frefi.
If I make us a free Kumase, Your friend is Nana Afia.
Nana Afia.
Nana
Afia into you.
But my name is not if he said, you're for nursing training, but 3 forms, you never from water forms, I'm more. They call interview, you never do interview fee. As almost I refund the amount. We are in nursing training, any training, I pay different DNA. That's
Mention me that's 0537158638. Agentre any 80. Ofra Bonito, Mama friend na Omedi Omunyem.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Minia.
Me paucho me pese me ka minority leader de kakra.
E ba cho wodin ba bia ofrefi.
Ye frɛ me Mr. Preku me ka sefi Accra New Town.
Mr. Preku Accra New Town yanko.
Yeah. Me paucho de minority leader kan me na ya adwen pa na. Kakra mpɛsɛ me ka sɛ ade na ndisi fo mo boy kro no sa wo man mu da. Se mo ni mi se di pa mo fa sa di pa do na ade ti na mo so mo kwe sa mo kwe ka na mo ni se sika di nyina. Ba sa ifra ba sa ka patro na sam kakra. E di patro di tia.
Oh, Accra New Town. San Fabian. 0537158638 is the number. You can also join us. Let's have this conversation together. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
I repeat, I'm going to do research. Research, yeah. I'm very also research. And on one face, and a big country. I had to call. On the president name, we the executive between. And the way don't want some to see her. Because I know, you go ha, yeah, Ghana, you know, dear, now with your forties. A fine, let them say, obey your fine, not the one demand, yeah, would you could be no one man come and this canon. Echo. No, to the full man. Now because, hey, Ghana, my country, no man your forties, and number fire penny. The all right, that's what I'm going to
Yes, yeah, that's it. 0537158638 is the number. So for 60 seconds, no Casania cop, no be about, sir. And then me call us and me bump me to Chamam. Hello, good evening.
Bacho, good evening.
Good evening, Minia.
Bacho, your friend, God bless you. You feel free to ask him, Moshizungu.
Okay, Yentio Minia, Yanko.
Me Bacho, I asked him, I didn't check a crime, I said, yeah, minority leader, I can. Assembly or can I so can be say forms no my farm na busus we say no one pretty tall forms man busus you know police ni soldier na fire service na say for no pretty tall forms man busus enye but yet my before na na say fire one dey ni kwa be pass be to aba both NPP ni NDC no dey Ghana for yen o dey ya fi ni di agro chese ma be oba e se kuma ye de na kuma ye de e se o se nyoma ten na do so ba ye ka na do ba kuma ye de o de life ate e ko wi ase na so ye ko hugu e timi de ka mo kan na se game ma bu ko ye na ye hu be be beto ya ba ye de ya ba fa na MPP ni NDC na didi etrim no yen fi etrim because ya so so ma se be te fa cho mo ba no mu di nsem fo de kire yen e ti ya so ni hu kwa na ko so beto ya ba na se so wo ma anyi wo be yi na da ma be fa na so ba ye de efra papa me da so nya ko nya aduma
Benzo me da se we nya me friend. I mean, council. Hello, good evening. 0537158638. A numbers so over to me the action come on. And you may not yentio till.
Bacho, good evening.
Good evening. Bacho, would dinner baby your free?
The Bacho from your Osei Andrews.
Osei Andrews.
The Preppy Koforidia Korequanta.
Okay, Koforidia Korequanta yentio way. Andrews.
The Bacho memo about so here. Now, in fact, now I'm a partner on memento and a student katia. Now, somewhere under your chairman, as soon as you get your in fact, me re out woman one, it didn't see that. No, memento pan, not some with a plank of what the doing now. One that look what you know. Next, what I come for. Hey, a small kind, Minia. Walusi me chat on me that's
Ms. Medas 0537158638. Your numbers yeah. Which me a friend now so I can 0537158638. Your numbers are also to me. Hello, good evening. If my TV no volume no come from my way. Okay, indeed, we didn't be your free sir.
Pacho, me then the honorable Alhassan Baga, me can say Chufunia me Kurumawa Central Region.
Okay.
And you may have to drink on it because I'm in our brapping.
Mate.
Na mesanso abo apaso ene juma so a obodi boaga na fonya na nya mekroman so yenya bi ehwe na yenya bi etie na wadawro ma mentia honorable Latif Ade Chufedia bin asamye ma hwe brapping e to de bia wo na ya pen for no mo de yakoma e di akro NDC MPP ade so mo so mo party mienu no ya ye be di e ho adanada ne san so bia ba yo pe bia no de yeye hwe enkwale ya na mo sa ju mo ma ka so mo ko pa ye police soldier and immigration hu ne ade enkwala ma ko ba ko nsia ko wu wo na fe enkwale ko di le mo abewi echi na mo di me akwampa le ejuma mu bra na mo kina nse de wo ga na opa ni pa 5000 na ito mo maka na moto fonso mebrebe no se ka no mo ti no no ra no ma de be mo ana so no de mo fa no mo di oh ye fa ye be sro no mo e ya mo nye ye za o oh ti de aduma ni ga na ha e na kwale nya de mo ha po wura se aduma we mo ma fo no mo ti de kwala no mo nya den kala se so mo ti mo o mo nya tu e ti se kwala na ja kala se tu ya be pet man so ma fo mo e ti se kwala no mo nya den bra ya mo tu mo kebi ma ye wa na muna mukasa ebe mu muna nipa dodo na etie mu etie because government mu na nya mukasa mayen me da wase bebre we nya menye djuma
me da senso emenya me so nka won so ho 0537158638 numbers also obetumi afre and enyume chebia. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, the family coming because the first takwali.
Okay, me and you.
Yeah, me too sa by wa born home. But for past 10 years, 10 years, Manchester one year recruitment ma. One man now to say 1 year recruitment that. And the past 10 years with 9 years. Recruitment never can say one more for fun from one more for home. Aban ko wa ya je so di atuwa na do mi nya no aban ontumi fo wo mu nya eni tina aban o se sadia wo mu fa ade no ko 40,000 after 40,000 no what aban be tina fo wo mu nya so wo ntumi nso wo ka so akofo wo mu hu efu kuta wo mu be tina amma wo mu so aha oman no ntumi be say aban na wa ba no ye fam paibo na ye fam kremiti most of it make a julepi, not the Amazuti, Momutum Yaye. One woman now see you know, but first you know, no woman as a car. Okay, let's say I buy no one woman, dear, your back mappa, and they are dog, your first year I buy it. So most of they are, you miss a doing everything. Madame Wati.
Yes, she had us say 0537158638 numbers no. Your money till Nyanko. And Chibia Miss Origin so. Hello, good evening. Ebacho, ma TV in the volume and conform.
Hello,
ma TV in the volume non conform.
hello, good evening.
Good evening, Media. We didn't baby of Refi.
But I don't pass because they Kumasi as well.
Okay, it's you.
France minority for about Santorin say I'm not talk cocoa erase. I'm only cocoa a for Kasa. Yeah, that's right. I'm not done pray. Or could never be I know day, Mamma Tem, and I wouldn't mean answer, and I wouldn't mean answer. Oh, I don't know, yes, I don't know, yes, and I can say, dear, Muslim, a friend MP for daddy. Our parliament. So most of the attending qua Sadena Wayano. And yet, Omutun Monjai. Omutun for no one jai. So could never be no would the president attend say, or Nyan Sanka. Or Nyan Sanka. Ah, I told them we are the and just say we are parliamentary as well. Mama partner, Jabiano, what me train Sissy. That's him where but what from a never be a Sanfata. Now, what the position that better not it. Hanamana, we are more for Shimo. Hadena Muyano. Why do you know the president attempt? And a plane, and a water plane at the idea, 20 at the way in a plane. At the way in a plane. Sadana Muyana, Omunjai, Omunjai.
Okay.
But if I'm not dear attempts are not the better away. Huh?
All right. May I say 0537158638. A number 0537158638. A numbers are also written me afre Achawari. Now you move on. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, Miriam. We didn't be your friend.
Evening. Evening.
Good evening. But your TV no volume don't come from Israel.
I just don't say that I'm going to the mouth with the
okay, it's you. TV no honor. Commotion and to me in course you why Mr.
Kukuno is your son on top.
A PCR, I'm so near now you saw the money TV in the volume now from why 053715
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
But you would never be of fresh.
Your friend Makosia. But to be very free and Pancho.
Okay.
Papa, Papa Neka say I'm not on play dear Semniadi. Nadia, Sammy Densia Beye. Kufuado. Sammy Densi to me didn't attempt Ade. It is a no way to have an honor to keep your man a fact, not on breaker. It was about the year. You should just understand. The whole political ammonia for mom. More, yeah, because time now, Sikana depreciate at least the quantity Sikana, you have got Yamano. You know, I will choose the Sikana profit Kaka was doing. The book has the most so far. So the government should bear that cost. As said, minority for no, big minority for no, Kasa, they should also do that. Thank you very much.
All right, yeah, that's it. So we nyamre any abetrain komo and Ray. I think this is where time will permit us to come your way. With tonight's edition of the news focus, since here the course no you be see here. Na madam nyina say, mo nyamre hwe ya mo so mo frey and so ye the nyina say. Some of them team nyina say, but one of my saddest moments is losing a friend. We worked together for years, and currently he was the Northern Regional Reporter for GH1, one of the great guys I work with in the media in the Northern region. He transited to glory today, and we say Noah Nash, may also rest in peace. And on this sad note, I wish everybody a good night. We'll be back again, God willing, tomorrow. Stay blessed.